So each child will get a folder, okay, with their name on it, that you will be able to pick up, that you picked up on the 20th after the 9 o'clock mass. If you haven't picked it up yet, just give me a call and we can make arrangements that you can stop by the office to pick it up. I'm usually in the office between 9 and 3 every day. On Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and most Thursdays, I can stay a little later than 3 o'clock. So if you're working until 5, you need me to stay, till 5:30, just let me know, and I'm happy to wait for you to come back to be able to meet with you. I just need to know them. But Mondays I have appointments after at 3:30 for my children, and then Mondays and Fridays I do. So that's why I'm usually not here on the past 3 o'clock on those days. Okay, so in the folder you'll have, like I said, I showed you the QR code already, but then you'll also have a parent handbook, okay? And this really just goes through everything about the Lighthouse program, student responsibilities, parents' information about what to do if you want to visit a class or if you want to bring treats, if there's any communication that goes out to you, how we do that. If your child is in grades 5th through 8th, in a normal year we have athletics that they can participate in. I know right now in the grade schools there are no athletics going on right now. That could change in the spring depending on how things are going with the pandemic. So, but they're eligible. Being part of the Lighthouse program makes them eligible to play with St. Greg's school students in athletics. Okay. And then just a little bit about each of the programs that we offer for faith formation for all grade levels. Okay. So parents, just make sure that you're reading through this, okay? The next sheet in your folder is it's kind of a permission slip, a consent form, and this is the Archdiocesan COVID-19 Pandemic Student Family Statement of Operations, Understanding, and Consent for Religious Education. So basically, it's just saying that, we're resuming in-person religious education classes at the parish, and we're doing everything we can to make sure that we're cleaning and we're being safe to help stop the spread of COVID-19. But we can't necessarily guarantee that you won't catch it from here. So, that we just want you to be aware of that as well, that there are, there's always risks right now. So we're just asking all families to sign the waiver before your child returns to the classroom on November 1st. They can bring it that first day of class. You can send it to me early. If you want a electronic version of it, just send me an email and I can send it to you, and then just your putting your name in on the square in the back is your signature for the sheet. Okay. The next sheet that we have in here is this curriculum grid, and basically it tells you the date and the lesson that you should be doing with your child. So I printed up for the whole year, even though we are going to be meeting back in classes after November 1st, but just so you have an idea. In case your child is missing a class due to illness or you're going to be on vacation or something, then you can at least see what the lesson is for that week, okay? And then the last sheet on this side is the schedule. So you have the schedule of dates for the whole year, okay? In the middle of the folder, so also in your child's folder, you will have your child's book, okay? And then the last sheet in here is how to connect to the Flipgrid. So it'll give you instructions here, what to look for. On the back here, it shows how you can post a video or other creative responses with audio. Haha. So if you don't have a camera, you can still use the whiteboard or the blackboard. So, and that's all it says. So yeah, I might have to look around about that a little bit more and make sure that we have the right information for you guys. Okay, so after you've gone through your folder, so this is what the K through 3rd, 4th grade books, folders are going to be like. For the middle school, okay, you have the same thing. You'll have the handbook, you have the COVID consent form, the schedule, you'll have the QR code, and then your student's class ID and student ID there. They'll have their book here, okay, and then how to connect to the Flipgrid. On the Flipgrid, I actually just posted the lesson plans for each of the sessions in the Sacrament book. Because I just pulled them off, I'm going to print them out and I'll put them in here so it'll look just like the younger grade levels, where you'll have lesson plans in here as well. The lesson plans will look a little bit differently because they're put in a PDF, and they're just put down like as kind of like an outline more than actual directions, like how they did it for the younger grade levels. But it'll still give you all the information that you need. So part of our program also is a family session that we normally do at least once a month. Because of the situation right now, we won't be able to meet in person to keep the safe distancing, social distancing with families, just how the layout is of the hall right now. So what we're going to do instead is I'm going to send the family sessions home each month for you to do together as a family. So each month you'll get a folder or envelope like this with your family name on it, okay? And then inside will be the different lesson plans for you to do. So this month you're actually getting 2 of them. One to kind of introduce what our theme for the year is, and then focusing on the first theme, topic of the theme for October. So this year I thought it would be, I had planned on doing this when I first started, that this year we were going to focus on Catholic social teaching. And I think it's very fitting right now with what's going on in the world, what's going on in our own country even, about how we're treating people, and just to really understand what the Catholic Church teaches about all different aspects of social justice. So the Catholic social teaching focuses on 7 different themes, okay? And so the first session is just a 1-sheet page, okay? And on it gives you a website for a video to watch. Usually it's on YouTube. And then it'll give you some questions to think about, or an activity, and then something for the family to do. So this month we have you reading an article from U.S. Catholic magazine, and it's on the teaching, social teaching, and how it shapes our new year. It was published back in 2017, just before the new year. So there's an article for the parents to read, and I would say if you have middle schoolers or high schools, it's fairly easy reading. I think they would easily be able to understand it and read through it as well. So I encourage them to read through it. Then there's the video, usually for you to watch with your family. It'll give you some questions. It'll have a activity usually to do. The first one I didn't include an activity because I wanted to introduce the theme to you. And then a prayer for you to do together as a family, based on that theme. So this will be the September session. The October session, we begin with focusing on life and dignity of the human person. Okay, so in here, we'll flip it open. You'll have parents. You'll have an article to read from Catholic Update, and I include that in there. Okay, so you have Catholic Update in there. You'll have a video to watch for the parents and middle school students to view. In the students, the younger grade levels, kindergarten through 5th grade, we took the chapters from their book and coincided with the theme of the Catholic social teaching that we're focusing on for that month. So that's the lesson that you would do at home with your child, okay? And then we included a family activity. So for October, it's making a rosary. And there are 2 different types of rosaries to make. And actually, it's not even a full rosary, just a decade of the rosary. So we have the first craft is using just beads and pipe cleaners. Very simple for little kids to thread the beads through the pipe cleaner and make it into a circle and then a cross at the bottom. For the older grade levels, we do, these are more called prayer beads in different faith denominations. But for us, we'll just use it as rosary beads, or a decade of the rosary. And so it's very simple, beads on a rope, on cord, and then the Our Father bead. And so you can actually pull through these once you've prayed them to kind of separate them out. So, sorry, make it a little higher up. See how they slide through? So once you've done praying them, then you just slide it through there. Okay? I've heard these called different things. Worry beads, prayer sacrifice beads, depending on who published the way to make them. So, okay. So I put those materials in the packet for you so that you have them for your child to be able to make them, okay? So if you had more than one child, then I put them in a bigger baggie with their last name on it, and then you'll have all the things that you need for the craft then, okay? Then after the activity or the craft, whatever is in there for that month, there's another prayer. For this one, there's another video to watch as a family, and then there's a prayer focusing on that theme for the lesson, okay? So this will all come into an envelope, and you'll get your first packet this weekend when you pick up, or this past weekend when you picked up your sessions and your materials. Sorry, trying to put it back in order. Okay, so I think that's everything laying out the lessons for. Trying to put it back in order. Okay, so I think that's everything laying out the lessons for the year. Like I said, we hope to be back November 1st. If there is a delay in returning back to the classrooms, know that I will send out emails or I'll call to let you know for sure what's going on. But right now we're going to plan on November 1st, and I will have make sure I send emails beforehand to remind you that we're going to be in the classroom. But again, if your child is sick or if someone in your home is quarantined, just keep your child home for that time, and then you'll be able to access the lessons through Flipgrid for your students. Or you can just call and, ask me what we were doing for that lesson, or, to check in with their catechist as well. So I hope I've covered everything. If you have any questions, feel free to shoot me an email, give me a call, and I'm happy to answer any questions that you might have about things. Those of you that are also preparing for sacraments, those classes will be in person. But we're spreading them out. So to keep numbers low, we're doing the sessions on 2 nights instead of just 1. And you should, if you've sent in your form already, you should have gotten from me a kind of like a which date you're going to attend registration form. So just make sure that you get that to me as soon as possible so I can make sure I have the correct materials for each night, okay? All right. Thanks so much for watching today. It'll be good to see all of you guys in person again. And I'm looking forward to starting the year off with all of you. I know right now at home with our lessons, but then hopefully November 1st we'll gather back together, okay? All right. Have a great day, everyone, and we will see you soon. God bless. Bye-bye.